Last time on the Constant Chronicle Beheading. The party entered the darling metropolis and immediately went to the bank in an attempt to loosen up some funds. And with the help of Priestess Tim from the Ergothoan Temple were able to do so. After making arrangements with Tim, they went shopping for musical instruments and decided to form a band of their own and throw their first show. So they found some local bands to book and printed a flyer before preparing to leave town to hunt fresh buffet meat for their upcoming gig. And now, Constant Chronicle Beheading continues.
I'm on board with whatever you guys want to do, especially once the first round of rat people are done playing. If we want to, kill
Fight them to the back.
Yeah, when they go backstage,
I'd rather
kill them, then serve them as hors d'oeuvres afterwards.
I want to have more food readily available during the party and not have to worry about slaughtering things later.
Let's go for a hunt tomorrow then.
Go to the mountains.
We're all fairly well rested right now too. We could leave basically at sunup or before that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can also party all night and then sleep in a cot and then go out in the morning. Although it's a lot of times easier to hunt at night for some animals. Some animals come out more during the day, some depending on what you're hunting. But you guys can also party hardy all night, sleep, wake up feeling kind of hungover, then go out and still have a whole day until your concert.
It's up to you, guys. I mean, so if we went out tonight, still rest tomorrow before the concert. It might be better because we don't know what's going to happen.
If you make it back in time tomorrow night, there's still an orgy. You have horses, so it does cut on your travel time. If you had to walk, you couldn't do it, but on horseback at decent speeds, you guys can go out, hunt, make it back in time with something. Still enjoy at least half an orgy. Have a full day to recover before your show.
Half orgy. Do you guys want to hop on our steeds and make our way to the north?
You have to get your horses out of the stable, but doing so and riding your horses at a decent speed, you can reach either the jungle or the mountains and hunt there. And there's going to be more wild stuff farther away from the city. The wild stuff in the city is going to be like vermin. I mean, you still do that too. You can hunt vermin or like possums, raccoons, rats, that kind of stuff in the city.
Let's bring
dogs.
Back some big game.
Yeah, or you can leave town and go find something tasty, delicious, and large.
Yes, something fun and exotic. Let's head to the stable
Better
and
head
then head north.
You guys can leave the temple, head back towards the east gate, inquire about your horses and have them delivered. They've been boarded for a while, so you do owe them. It's only been a whole day, so you only owe them 1 gold each for each horse. So
for our stabling fees originally.
You didn't. You just sent them, and we agreed that you'd pay. Yeah. So it's 1 gold each for the day they've been there. They have been cared for. They've been brushed, fed.
I'll drop the 4.
Your horses are brought to you at the gate, the east gate. You guys are allowed to leave again, of course. Now, getting back in, you'll either need a ticket or probably another performance or something. But you guys are allowed to leave the city on your horseback and ride north. Do you want to go towards the mountains or the jungle or towards the shore to fish? Or you can also easily ride to the rat folk territory here and kill some rat folk. It can be accomplished.
Sure. The best kind of game to hunt.
Exactly. For the most amount of people.
Can I do knowledge local for that too?
Natural 20.
But if your nature's rolled a natural 20, that's the most anyone's going to know about anything. So if you want to know a different skill, you can always roll that.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 on knowledge local.
Both great. You guys will know mountains are always more dangerous terrain. You either got to go up into cold, treacherous terrain. You got to climb. Your horses might not be able to travel well in that area. So going up mountains sucks. Going inside mountains, you might find caverns and beasts inside the mountains, but also not great for horses. For your horses, if you could stay on the beach, traveling the jungle is possible. You might need to, have a sword ready to chop brush out of the way and stuff. It is possible to lead your horses to the jungle.
To the jungle!
Beach or jungle, your 2 options. So either deal with beach things or jungle. Oh, you also know, because it was natural 20, in the jungle, if you do decide to go that route, in this area of the world, you have heard tale of large, what they would call thunder lizards. Great reptiles. Monkey people live here, but great lizards roam here. Lizards so large that their footsteps cause the sounds of thunder.
Yeah, jungle.
Jungle.
You guys ride towards the jungle. Let's see if anything happens on your way there. On your way to the jungle, at the base of the mountain, sort of where the mountains meet the jungle, you guys encounter 4 owl bears who charge at you as you guys try to pass. Roll for initiative against these 4 owl bears.
14.
A natural 20 again.
Nice.
When I'm actually trying to hit something.
Yeah. Still, it's nice to go first.
14.
I got 17. You're all on horses. Half of your horses, we'll say the 2 of you at the bottom, Vic and Lil, your horses are frightened by the owlbears charging. So before your turn even, just right now, roll me either a handle animal or ride check to not get thrown off when they become scared.
21, handle animal.
You're good?
I'm going to roll handle animal. I got 19.
So Vic, you hang on. Lil, just barely. You've been sort of come off. You're not in the saddle anymore. These horses came with saddles, so they were Kranagregian horses. You sort of came out of your saddle. You need to climb back on, but you're not totally thrown from the horse. You didn't fall to the ground or anything. But it definitely tossed you back a little bit, so you're loose on the saddle.
So range touch attack with a point blank shot. 14 plus 5, so 19.
That definitely beats their touch AC. So you lightning bolt one of these guys basically with your kineticist abilities. You use a static charge and zap the guy.
I rolled max damage, so he's going to be a 9.
So that hurts that guy. He gets zapped. You can see his like fur and feathers standing on the edge after you zap him, and his eyeballs like do like a full circle. Comedic owlbear reaction.
You just got zapped.
He makes a honking noise. His eyes spin around in a circle. It's definitely very like carnival-esque. Definitely pissed him off, and now it's their turn. There's 4 of them and 4 of you, so I'll do one-on-one. You know what? First, they're going to attack your horses, even.
Hurt the horses. Hurt us instead.
Delicious horses.
Yeah, you've been trying to eat our horses for a while now.
We're trying to be the 4 horses.
That would save me so much trouble. That's why I want to eat your horses. Just that way you guys just become like the 4 guys?
The 4 horseless men.
The 4 men.
Alright.
So I'm going to attack them first because food is a 19, which is a hit. I do 8 damage, and I get a chance to grab. Which takes 1 horse down to 7 HP. Oh, I did 21 versus a horse, which is high enough. So the horse is grabbed also. Lashed onto it with his claws and teeth. So Iggy and Owlbear is like hugging your horse right now. It's like, you know, you're riding the horse and it's like latched on and biting into it. So it's like feasting on the thing beneath your legs. The next one will be Rain's horse. I got a 16 versus the horse's AC, which is still of a hit because they're not armored. Only 6 damage, luckily. Taking you down to 9 HP. Let's see if he grabs it though. Oh, a natural 20, so you're definitely grabbed.
Well, the horse is
The horse is grabbed, yes. Your horse is definitely grabbed, so it's also like latched onto your horse with its claws and teeth. You both probably need to roll a ride check, but let's go ahead and do that. 2 more people might need to, but like let's do it now before I forget what's happening.
23.
I believe those are both high enough to not fall off your horses, even though they're getting attacked by owlbears. Oh, I rolled really low. So for Vic Von Claude, I rolled a 5 plus 8, 13 versus your AC.
That is a miss.
Or horse's AC, actually, which is an 11. I'm sorry. Which is still a hit. That's 4 plus 4, so 8 damage to your horse there. You also down to 7. Oh, really low CMB, though. 18. Your horse also gets grabbed there. Vic. And then Lilith. 27 versus your AC, which is a hit. Only 5 damage, though. Makes you down to 10 HP. Or your horse. So your horse, and then he tries to grab your horse for all that tasty horse meat. So all 4 of your horses are like latched upon by owlbears, and that seems to be their target. So you guys are all above them, so you can easily hit them. You're within range.
I'm gonna stare bloody murder at this owlbear, and yeah, it seems about the right time.
Googly eyes are spinning around. It's hard to stare at something whose googly eyes spin around like that, but
I'm gonna use my move action to shift. I am now a giant. I am now a.
Because you're angry, it's biting into your horse. Your emotions are affecting you, and you are were-tigering.
Yes. I am now a were-tiger.
Alright, so perception check everyone in the group to witness what's happening to Rain. This is the first time you guys have seen this, so...
23.
Natural 20 on perception.
Hard to miss.
Natural 1 plus 0.
Classic Vic Von Claude, you're just like concerned with yourself and your own horse. You don't care what's happening, you're just mad your horse is getting attacked and that's all you're paying attention to. Everyone else is going through that same experience, but also will like hear Rain making weird noises and look over. They're concerned enough with like what's happening to Rain. You're just not. But they both look and will see like Rain going through that like werewolf transformation, like his bones and his skin's expanding and hair is popping out of weird places. His hair is white with black stripes, and his face, instead of being wolf-like, is more tiger-like.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah, and you guys are witnessing this happening. Where Tiger Rain?
I'm going to, since I get the actions, the attack actions of base animal, I'm going to attack twice with my natural weapons. Oh, also...
You also have a tiger penis right now, too, which is barbed, I think.
Yes, and so anyway, I'm also going to use my swift action, use my elemental assault ability, and coat my arms in fire.
You're just a wild-ass bitch, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really going for the Nova here. I'm going to hit this guy. That is a 25.
That's a definite hit.
12 damage, plus another 6. Let me...
So 18?
Plus 4. It's 4, it's 16. And then I'm going to hit him again, or at least attempt to. Non-natural 20.
Still a hit.
19 damage, plus another
15,
6. So 25 damage.
Yowzer, dude. The second hit hurt a lot. You went deep into that owlbear with
Or is
your
it pregnant?
weird ass claws. No, these are all male owlbears, luckily.
Okay. I just remember last time you guys killed an owlbear.
Matter of fact, after that swipe and realizing they're all male owlbears, roll me knowledge nature. You know that it's weird for owlbears to be in groups, and if they're lashing out at you guys, they're probably protecting something.
I rolled a natural 20, by the way.
And with natural 20, you would probably even know owlbears either protect their own or sometimes work for goblins, but in general, they're enforcers or when they're not solitary. If they're working in numbers like this, they're working for something more powerful than them, which is rare.
I would roar, but I don't have vocal cords, so it just looks like he's roaring.
You just open your mouth. You do a wide mouth. And then comes Vic Von Claude.
Okay, what is a round thing?
Well, owlbear is attached to your horse. Your other allies are within 5 to 15 feet. You're riding nearby each other when you got attacked. There's mountains, the sort of your north jungle, sort of to your northwestish.
I'm gonna attack this damn owlbear.
The one on your horse, I assume?
Yeah, fuck. Natural 20.
That's a hit. Critical damage, of course. You know how that works. You guys are professional players.
33 damage.
That's quite a crit there. Was that a ×3 crit weapon? Because that's a fucking...
×3 crit weapon.
Yeah, that'll do it every time. I was gonna say, that's some...
That is brutal.
That takes that guy down really low. Right now, Rain's the weakest, but that was a nice one-shot. He had to do 2 hits to get his down that low, and you did that all in one shot. It's pretty weak. That leads us to Lilith. Owlbear on your horse as well.
I think I would like to use my swift action to grab my flute.
We'll assume because you bought it recently, it's on like the top of your backpack. It's not like deep. You don't have to go looking for it. Usually it's a move to go through your bag, but since you bought it recently, I'll let you use a swift, assuming it's on top.
And then I'll use my, move action as, or maybe my standard. I want to use my flute to scare off the owlbears or distract them.
I would allow that as a move or a standard. I mean, either one you choose as an intimidation with the flute, possibly.
An intimidation move, and if it doesn't
or
work,
intimidation or perform, whichever one's better for you with the flute.
Like, aggressively play the flute.
You can aggressively play the flute with either intimidation or perform.
Well, but I wanted to make it sound like a really angry owl.
Or if anything else, like make a really high-pitched noise that annoys them. Like, yeah, you can do something like that with it. Either way, you'll make... Bird up! Perform is like more than one note. Intimidate's one note that's just like scary as fuck.
I'll take Intimidate.
Yeah, I figured you would. It's charisma based and usually good at that kind of stuff.
That's gonna be a 22 on Intimidate.
Very intimidating. I believe that's higher than my it's just one higher than my CMD. So I will say that owlbear lets go of your horse. You frightened...
I wanted to scare them all away.
You just frightened the one off your horse off of it, though. He's now prone, so he's easier to hit, and he's off your horse. He just fell on the ground.
I guess I'll try to hit him while I have the chance.
You still have a standard left, so I'll allow it.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit. Yeah, 6.
He's flat-footed, but it's still a miss. So yeah, you miss. You swipe at him, but you do miss. Unfortunately, back to Iggy. The weakest one is the one attacking Rain, obviously, but you're probably still most concerned about the one devouring your horse.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're like, I'll be strategic about this, but there's one like right beneath your leg right now.
Big picture.
You can think of a big picture. Rain's the weakest one, then probably Vix. If you're trying to like just knock them out one by one.
Yeah, because I'd want to kill them so they can help me.
Yeah, if one's unconscious, that's one less thing to deal with. Yeah. You played games before, you get it.
Oh, gnome chess, whatever you call that.
Yeah, you played Final Fantasy VI.
Tactics.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics.
So, is it within 30 feet of me?
The one on your horse is on your horse. The one on their horse is within 15 feet.
I'll make a ranged touch attack to the weakest one. That is a 14 plus 5, so 19.
That's a definite touch a hit on an owlbear.
And 7 damage.
7 damage. That will knock that owlbear unconscious, not dead. So that it falls off the horse. That horse will no longer take any damage, and Rain is now free to assist you or somebody else. And that's handy because he's shaped like a tiger man right now, so you can probably assume.
Hell yeah.
He's got big claws that can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's got super scars, like someone has been whipping that tiger.
So after Iggy comes some owlbears. 2 of them were just knocked. One's unconscious, one's prone. I'll let the prone one get up first. That's the one by Lilith, which means you get an attack of opportunity.
Sweet.
As he tries to bite at your horse again.
Yeah, it's only an 8.
So you miss your attack of opportunity. He bites at your horse. Oh, it's 18 plus something, which is definitely high enough. It does 9 damage to your horse.
My horse has 1 hit point.
And I just roll to see if it tries to re-grab it. Or 18 plus 14. Oh yeah, way high. And so your horse is re-grappled and almost dead. So it's like just got back up and jumped on it. Not looking good for your horse, at least unconscious-wise. Maybe not dead, but your horse is near unconsciousness. It's bleeding out. It's injured pretty heavily. Next is the one attacking Vic's horse. I only rolled a 12, which is still enough though, I believe. Horse is 11. Yep, still got him. That's 7 damage on Vic's horse, which is enough to make yours unconscious. So your horse falls down. Roll me either a ride or acrobatics or reflex to get off the horse in time.
To roll acrobatics.
Or is your horse isn't dead, just unconscious?
For Rolled a 14 acrobatics.
You're only falling 5 feet, so you won't take any damage. It's just not going to be pretty. It's still successful because it's above 10. You just got off the horse, basically. Your horse goes down, though. Your horse falls sideways. You leap. Yep, so we're on to Iggy. Rain, yours is unconscious. Iggy, I got a natural 20 on your horse, which is 15 damage, which takes your horse to a -8. 9 more damage, and it'll be gone. But currently, it's unconscious, and your horse has definitely got some chunks of flesh missing, some claw marks. If it does heal, it'll have some cool scars, for sure.
Got a grappling hook last episode.
That's my last owlbear, though, because I only have 3 now. Yeah, if you kill these owlbears, that's some delicious meat and a lot of it.
Alright, I'm going to pounce, which is special attack.
So you're going to jump off of your horse and like launch towards an owlbear, I assume?
Yeah, it's effectively a charge. I can do a CMB as a charge, but I'm just going to do it as a full round.
You're just doing it to cover the distance.
Yeah.
You're just doing it to get to him and then doing a regular melee attack?
Yeah, 2 regular melee attacks. That's a 23, 16 damage.
Iggy's horse.
Yeah,
the owlbear on Iggy's horse.
Yeah.
I know you're not trying to kill a horse. That takes it to 22 HP.
Wow, spit it out.
27.
That's a hit.
That's another 16 damage.
That takes it to 6 total HP. Definitely took. That's now the weakest owlbear, besides the one that's unconscious, of course. You definitely like cut into it with your claws. Claw on claw action.
I still have the one on my horse, right? That just downed me.
Yeah, Vic, your horse is unconscious, and there's an owlbear like holding onto it, still like biting into it. Yes.
I'm gonna attack the motherfucker.
You're right there within 5 feet because you didn't jump off. Yeah.
Charge with my great axe. I hit it for 22 total to hit.
Oh, that's a hit. Probably that anger from fucking with your cool ass horse. You guys gave these horses names. They're your friends now.
12 points.
So that one has very near death. As you don't know the number of HP, but it's 2, so it's definitely like obviously weakened. At 2 or 1 HP, it's very bloodied and moving slower. Like you gave it a good gash with that axe. It's cut deep. After Vic comes Lil. You got 1 on you as well, and your horse only has 1 HP, so it's definitely like it's like stumbling. Like your horse is already like it's about to fall over.
Tried last time to scare everything away, and it didn't work. So I'm just gonna go ahead and attack this guy. See what happens. No, that's a 10.
That is unfortunately a miss. You swing at it, don't hit it, and then we're back to Iggy.
Alright, yeah, I'll attack the guy who attacked me last.
Pretty weakened to this point, so you can probably, if you hit him, you can probably take him out.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah, definitely. So go ahead and crit that guy.
So 9.
That one's unconscious. So it falls off your horse to the ground and is like shaking a little bit from being shocked. Your horse is free.
You just tased him, bro.
Yeah, you tased him, bro. Don't tase me, bro.
If you tell if that tiger face was smiling, it kind of looks like it's vaguely smiling.
Tiger grins are harder to see, but if you're familiar with cat faces, you can tell. Then with my owlbears, there's only 2 left to wake. 1 on Vic's horse, which only rolls a 12, which is just enough. Unfortunately, 1 enough. So it will do 8 damage to your horse, taking it to -8. So not dead yet, but it continues to try to devour it. Lilith, your horse is also latched back on, and then rolled 18, which is high enough to hit it again. It does 8 damage, which takes you to -7. So your horse also goes unconscious. You can fall with the horse. It's only a couple feet, so you're not going to take any damage unless it lands on your leg or something. So you can roll a reflex save to just not hurt your leg and stay right next to it, or you can roll a reflex save to jump away. It's your call.
Reflex to jump. Nope, I got a 2. I'm going to take that damage.
You're probably limping. You're pinned and prone currently, and immediately after battle, you're probably going to limp for a couple minutes. It's not a permanent injury, but that was all my owlbears, though, and then it's on to Rain.
I'll go for the weakest looking one.
That's probably the one on Vic's horse.
Yeah, so I think he's closer to me anyway, so it works out. 16.
16 on owlbear is just barely a hit, but a hit.
19 damage.
Alright, that one is not only unconscious, that one is dead. So
I'm gonna rip out Kali Ma's heart.
you can do some gruesome final move. Mortal Kombat, finish him.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, you can do some gross stuff, and now your like fur is all covered in blood and stuff. You got like entrails hanging out of your mouth or whatever. But that owlbear is down. It's dead. It's on the ground. Vic, your horse is free. You see this tiger man. It's like devouring the belly of this thing right beneath you. If you wanted to jump onto Lilith's one, you can. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Usually your attacks should be connected as one thing, but I'm drunk enough to just be loose.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, thank Beer.
Thank you, Beer. 26.
That's a hit.
18 damage.
29 HP left on that one, so you've been doing some damage. After Rain comes Vic. You'll see there's only still one of these standing nearby, and Lilith is near you. It's the one attacking Lilith's horse.
I'm going to charge the one that's attacking Lilith, and then maybe I'll humiliate the owlbear afterwards.
Yeah.
I got an unnatural 20 to attack the other one.
It's a hit.
11 damages.
After Vic comes Lil. It's the one that's attacking your horse, Lil, so hit it,
Attack that one.
weaken it.
Nope, not when I roll a 2.
Oh, no. At least you didn't fall prone or anything, but yeah, close. After Lil comes Iggy. There's only one owlbear left, so you know which one to attack, I'm sure.
Yeah, kinetic blast. 4.
It's a hit. Versus touch. Zap, zap.
6 damage.
Now it's this one owlbear's turn. He continues to try to devour your horse. Automatic attack, of course, because your horse is unconscious and he's hungry.
Man, how starving must that fucking owl bear be? So like people are almost killing
Enough.
it, and it's like, I'm not gonna.
It's gonna keep eating. Horse is near death, but not dead yet from that bite. Definitely got another big chunk taken out of it. It's gonna try to run away after taking that last bite, but that'll provoke an attack of opportunity from anyone that was nearby.
That'd be me.
Yeah, it's like 3 of you, I think, because I think everyone is charged on this. It might be all 4 of you. I think everyone is charged this one, so everyone gets an attack of opportunity.
17 to hit and 18 damage.
Yeah, you take it out. Even if everyone else wants to try and charge it before you can, Rain just slaughters it. That one's dead. So you have 2 dead, 2 unconscious owlbears. All that owlbear meat. Because 2 of them weren't very big. You have about 4,000 pounds of meat there, so I don't know how you're going to carry all that, but surely whatever you can carry is plenty if you can survival check. You can tell me what you want to take. Claws, beaks, skulls.
I'm gonna heal one of them. No, I'm a horse guy. I'm from Barksdale. Get a heal check.
With no heal kit.
Wait, what's the one about to die?
Fine.
Lilith is at minus 15. That's the closest to death. That one's 1 HP away from death. Bandaging it would definitely help. Ignatius and Vix are at minus 8. Rain, your horse is the most healthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal Lilith's horse.
We'll heal check and try and bandage it at least. That'll stop it from dying.
Yeah.
That'll stabilize it so it won't die.
20.
Yeah, it's enough to stabilize it so it won't die. You still need to get to a stable to let it rest, or rest here until it heals before you can move it, or else you have to carry it. And carrying horses is, they're big.
That's like
It's also
1,000
it's also 1,000 pounds. So yeah, carrying a horse is hard. So you guys might end up camping here for a while. Otherwise, it is bandaged, so it won't bleed. It won't die. It's just in very bad condition. Ignatius and Vic's horses. Do you guys want to bandage them as well, or just let them? They're not gonna bleed out. They're just beat up. They're bruised from the attacks and stuff. They have some gashes. If you want to prevent infection and stuff like that, heal checks wouldn't hurt.
I will roll a heal check.
Same.
As long as you beat a 10, you can at least adequately bandage the wounds to prevent infection.
Natural 11.
Yeah, that's just enough.
I get a 17.
Yeah. Better than Vic's, obviously, but yeah, you guys bandage your horses with whatever cloth or stuff you have on hand. You might have to actually ruin some of your clothes or something if you don't have bandages or a heal kit. You probably don't. At this point in time, if you're wearing a shirt or pants or something like that, a jacket, you probably have ruined some of your own clothes to bandage your horse. But you have bandaged your horses so they don't die. And as they rest, they can recover. Or if you can somehow get them back to town to a stable, they can heal faster. Or if you have potions, they can heal faster. Otherwise, you guys kind of have to camp here at the base of this mountain.
Dangerous.
Yeah, but we don't have many other choices, do we?
Nope. I'm gonna write this down. I could go to town, get help, or a doctor, or like a cart for a horse that we could put the horses in.
You guys want to send Rain back to town with some money to figure shit out, or just rest here and hope nothing happens?
I wouldn't mind praying to Urgathoa.
That way, if your horses do die, they come back as zombie horses.
Well, that's kind of what I was looking at.
It doesn't look like your horses, because of the bandages, because of what has happened already in healing-wise, it looks like they probably won't die. But if they do, if things go wrong, I think you guys are guaranteed at least one Urgathoan chance for your horses. You guys can have some zombie horses if you want them. I mean, you can kill your horse and go ahead and make it a zombie horse if you want.
Yes.
But then his body's going to decay and stuff like that, so it'll become sooner or later become a skeleton horse unless you have a way to gentle repose it. Every one of your horses now, because of this prayer, if it dies, gets a second chance as a zombie horse, for sure. All 4 horsemen can have a zombie horse.
That's baller.
Yeah.
That's even more apocalyptic. I love it.
Yeah, because Rain tried to save my horse, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to waste his effort.
It's probably his best to keep it alive as long as possible. You as an Urgathoan can know they can rise from the dead if they ever do die.
But I still want to pray to, Cersei and Urgathoa and see if there's any kind of help they could lend us to get back home, make this party happen. We're trying to bring all this meat.
Religion or diplomacy?
And unnatural 20.
Is the best they can do is if you do murder the unconscious horses, they can raise them right now and you guys can get moving immediately. Otherwise, there's not a lot they can do for you in this area. There's no undead in this area to assist you with. But it depends on you and your other allies if that's what they want.
It's up to you guys.
It's either that or wait till your horses heal.
Like I said, I can still just go back to town. So how expensive would renting a cart be?
I also assume at this point your emotions have subsided and you've gone back from tiger to normal person.
Oh yeah, normal person.
Does anyone want to comment on the fact that for a moment there, Rain was a tiger man?
Yeah.
That was time.
That thing you did with your face?
He writes, "Thank you." It's something we can do.
Now you know all of Rain's secrets.
Yeah, can you actually do that whenever you want to? That's fucking baller.
Only in emotional distress, or sometimes he does it when he doesn't want to.
Right.
And he could probably write all that down if he wants to explain his whole life story to you guys. That's his call.
Yeah,
We want to wait for our
Sometimes yes is probably what he writes.
I'm curious, based off of our knowledge earlier about the owlbears, what they were defending.
Yeah, probably not. Knowledge level is probably the best thing you can roll for that.
Also, I'm like really close to leveling. Got a 2.
So we have-
14.
Oh, cool.
Anybody beat 15?
No, I just got one.
Vic Von Claude? Or do you not give a shit?
I rolled a 9.
You guys don't know. But it's in the mountains. You can go close to the mountains and inspect. But if you do, you have to leave your horses here. Except Rains, of course.
I'm torn.
Do we want to send? You can send Rain back to get help.
You can also send Rain alone to the caves. That's kind of your call. You
No,
can
fuck
send Rain
off.
wherever you want.
Terrible idea.
Okay, let's send Frank back to get a cart, and then let's go up there to check that shit out after they come back with the doctor.
Yeah, it'll probably take Rain 2 to 3 hours to go back and get a cart. And that's with his horse, because he still has a living. It's a little weakened, but can carry him back to town at a faster speed and return at a faster speed with a cart.
All we need is some health potions.
I will mention that I am poor. Yeah, I write that down.
I'm gonna
I am
loan
poor.
Rain some money. You want to Venmo Rain some cash here, or
If you guys didn't notice, I'm
I'm pretty poor too. How much is the health potion?
knowledge,
drugs.
Arcana?
2 for me as well.
Yeah, no, it could be any number. Maybe the 2 you guys would know, like back in your day, they were like 150 gold for a Cure Light potion. But you guys have already encountered several occasions where magic items are harder to get. So for all you know, they could be more expensive or harder to get these days too. So it could cost way more or just be harder to find. You don't know.
150 for a Cure Light? That is absurd.
Probably more these days, like I said. So if you thought that was absurd, it's probably even more absurd now.
Well, if anyone's got a platinum to throw down on this, God knows I don't.
Wink,
Yeah,
wink,
like
nudge,
Rain
nudge.
I've got all my money at the bank. I can go, and if I go back with Rain, I can withdraw.
You guys can buddy up on one horse if you want to.
Don't worry.
Who wants to ride bitch on the horse? That's the only question.
I have no problem. You can hold me tight.
Yeah, how are you gonna buy a cart as well?
Oh, well, yeah, so that's my thing, because I was looking for a loan. Like, a loan.
He writes $3
Also,
signs on a
you should bring your
chalkboard.
weapons.
Yeah,
Question, $3 signs? Question mark?
And then he does, like, the
Shrug.
rubbing fingers together for, like, money thing. Like,
Rain tries to make it as obvious as possible he's poor.
I already offered to join him for the group, to help fund the cart and everything else.
Do you want to ride with him too? You want to travel along?
If you guys are okay with staying and guarding our horses while they heat, we
I
can
have
do that.
is
Alright, so Lilith and Rain go into town. Ignatius and Vic guard the unconscious, injured horses.
Rectamundo.
So the two of you jump on Rain's horse, who's weak but still able to walk, and are able to travel back into town together. So Rain and Lilith will get back to the East Gate, where you have to either have a ticket, enough money to bribe the guards, or the ability to perform for a crowd. And then how do you handle their horses and weapons and all that other stuff once you are here?
I don't have weapons because, awesome. I can do a pretty solid drum solo now that I have sticks for my skull.
I could just bribe the guard with 10 gold.
Oh, then yeah.
You can roll diplomacy for a 10 gold bribe. These guards don't seem to be paid very well, so that'll probably work.
It's at 14.
I mean, they'll take the 10 gold and begrudgingly let you in. They probably let you get away with anything less than 20 gold in the future without being assholes about it, if it's the same guard. Luckily, they're desperate for cash because the coffers are low in this town. They don't get paid as much as they should. So you guys can get into town. You don't even perform if you don't want to. You guys want to go kart shopping? You can go kart shopping.
Yeah, let's buy a cart. We need to back anyway. That's like a lot of weight.
Yeah, I need to
Cards.
run by the bank and withdraw some money.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can swing by the bank, and you have, and they know who you are now because you've been identified via the temple. Eagerly greet you, be excited to see you because you're someone that apparently has a lot of money. What would you like to withdraw today?
I will do 100 gold and 1 platinum.
2 pounds of gold and a platinum.
And then let's head over to the apothecary, see if we can get some potions, perhaps.
Sounds great to me. As we sprint around the city.
Well, we also need a cart. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
If you want to get a cart, they're 15 gold.
And then I thought,
Cheap cart. Not a great cart, but it has 2 wheels and a place to put shit.
Would it be fine
great
with
for
the weight
small
that we wanna put on
loads.
it?
will it hold 800 pounds of owl bear meat?
It can hold up to 300 pounds. So you might need to get more than
Yeah, we
one
need a
cart if you
bigger-
want to. You might need 3 carts if you want to get that much meat. But you have 4 horses, and each horse can carry 1 cart. So if you want to get 3 or 4 carts, you can do that. They also like
Yeah, I would like-
wagons.
We'll do 4 carts and then we'll rent 4 more horses to get us out there. Or can 1 horse...
I mean, you have 1 horse and 2 people, so you can rickshaw 2 and horse 1 if you wanted to buy 3. With 3, you can carry 900 pounds.
Yeah, so we're gonna get 4 carts.
Or there's wagons which cost more, and they can possibly carry more weight.
How much is the wagon?
A light wagon is 50 gold, It can carry up to 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so much better. Yeah.
Yeah, take a light
Isn't there
wagon.
4,000 pounds?
So yeah, you can with your horse. No, 1,000. 1K.
Oh, a heavy wagon. I just looked it up too.
Yeah, click it.
Yeah, that's.
It costs a little more.
Yeah, holds up to 4,000 pounds.
So that's wagon options.
Yeah, only 100 gold.
Alright,
Yeah, let's buy that one.
yep, we'll do that one. Can we move that with one horse if it's empty all the way up back to our camp? This is what I'm thinking, guys. I wasn't trying to spend all my money on a fucking bunch of horses and carts. If we can get a big cart, have one horse take it back, that would be ideal. Then I'll spend the rest of my money on potions.
That would be the best. Yeah, that would be the best.
That's what I'm looking to do. So I'm not trying to hire a bunch of horses that we're not going to use later.
Totally makes sense.
Hold 4 medium creatures or 1 large. 1 horse can pull this, technically.
Alright,
So for 100 gold, you guys can have a heavy wagon carry 4,000 pounds back in it, which includes passengers and other cargo. Well-made wagon. They're available here at the stable. They have kits for them, so it might take 3 hours for them to put it together. But if you have 3 hours to wait, they can build you a heavy wagon.
we have time. We need to go to the apothecary.
You can travel to the apothecary. Cure potions are rare and hard to find, but everything else in the apothecary list, as like fireworks and unguents and blood block and stuff, are all available. It might take a diplomacy to ask for things that might be illegal.
Cure potions shouldn't be illegal.
Oh, but they are though. What was it?
One on Diplo.
The alchemist seems to imply that they don't sell those here, but then does like a wink wink. Cure lights here are 100 gold under the table.
Alright, I'll drop a platinum on the table and take 10 of them.
Baller.
He's got 10. That's his whole supply. Just don't get caught with him, he says. And if you get caught with him, you didn't get him from me.
No problem. Go
You
and
go pick up your wagon and your horse.
stash those in the wagon, I guess.
I mean, no one will probably search you. The cops here, the guards here seem pretty lazy about checking anything. Ride back out the east gate. So it's much later in the day by the time you arrive, but you can arrive with all these potions. A big-ass heavy wagon, but everyone's rejoined and south of the mountains. While you guys were gone, Ignatius and Vic, roll me either local or perception.
19.
Natural 20 when it doesn't matter.
You definitely heard, and Vic, it sounds like you possibly heard some, the chatter of goblin song coming from the mountains. While maybe not a huge threat unless they're in large numbers, you do know that goblins love to eat horses, so something to worry about for your own horse's sake. But you're here with a wagon and your 4 horses, and knowing there's goblins nearby.
So a good time for us to load up all the owlbear carcasses and whatever horses aren't able to move yet.
If you guys want to roll a strength check to try to pick up all that thousands of pounds of meat, I don't think any of you guys can do it though, unless maybe if you all work together.
Yeah,
I got a 0 modifier.
Well, we're gonna take a 20 on it, no matter what.
If you take a 20 on it, that doesn't mean you can lift thousands of pounds though. Like even if you guys lift 200 pounds each, that's 2, 4, 6, that's like 800 pounds you can lift. So if something weighs 1,000 pounds, you guys can't all lift it together even.
You
Like,
can lift an owlbear into cart, right?
maybe with a ramp.
Well, I can drag or push 2,000 pounds. I can lift off the ground 800 pounds.
So because of your super strength, maybe Rain can do it.
With some help.
Like I doubt Ignatius, Lilith, and Vic Von Claude are like cut to lift thousands of pounds of meat even all together. But if you guys want to let Rain do that, you can let Rain do some heavy lifting. I'm okay with that. It sounds like Rain has some sort of like strength bonus to do that, and you can help him if you want to like feel productive.
I don't want to use healing potions on the horses unless we have
Yeah, 4 owlbears.
3 horses is 4,000 pounds already.
We're gonna heal the horses. We're throwing the owlbears in the cart.
Oh, by the way, some of those elbows are unconscious. Should I now?
Yes.
You can coup de grace them.
No, we can keep slicing them just to keep them dead or unconscious enough. I want some fresh blood for the party.
Good idea.
Owlbears are up to, they're the same as horses, 1,000 to 1,500 pounds. All 4 of them will weigh your cart down. You're at your maximum capacity for this cart.
Yeah, let's make sure all of our horses are back to good health.
Alright, so Ignatius is at -8, Vic's at -8, and Lilith's horse is at -15.
So each cure light does plus 8.
1d8. But you guys, you bought how many potions?
10.
Well, you need to dole those out and decide how many you give each horse. Kind of a thing. Between the 10, do you want to do 3, 3, and 4 for Lilith because her horse is the weakest? Or 2, 2, and then 6 for Lilith?
I'm gonna take care of my horse first.
And then kind of the rest?
And then I'll dole
Alright,
the
so
rest
roll as many d8s as you need to get above 15 to wake it up. It got 3 hours of rest, so it can have 3 HP back.
I'm at -12. So that's 6, 9. That takes me to 14.
So you have
back up.
Plus 2 HP, so still very weak.
But I've only used 3. So now moving on to the next horse.
You have 7 potions left.
Yeah.
So you're doing Vic or Ignatius?
Vic gets 7.
One more. Oh, no, he's good.
Yeah, so he's at +3.
Alright, well, next horse gets +8.
That horse is also at +3. Ignatius and Vic's horses are at +3. Lil's at +2, so they're awake. They're not fully healed.
And I only used 5 potions. I've got 5 left.
Roll for initiative.
Oh my.
Oh, time already. Fuck yeah, buddies, I got a natural 20 plus 5.
20 non-naturally.
21.
The noise now is increasing. The screeching, the monkey-like sounds, the goblin-like hollers are increasing in volume, and you hear there's like rustling in the trees around you. There's definitely something happening as you guys are like hurriedly loading up this cart and healing your horses.
Sounds like a lot of things.
It sounds like a large number of creatures approaching or something. Yeah, something happening in the nearby in nature that's abnormal.
Yeah.
It's not just trees being still.
Yeah, let's roll a little knowledge nature to see what
Well, Vic's there up top, but everybody can roll, I guess, because that all happens instantly.
I would like to say to Jean-Guy, Mon petit chou-fleur, do a little spying for us, why don't you? Like a practice tossed up into the tree.
Was that a strength check to toss him up into the tree, I guess, to see how good your toss is? Or maybe just a regular dex to toss a certain range?
Got an 18 strength.
Toss a monkey up. You can grab onto stuff. I think it's not outside of the parameters of... You can either climb check or acrobatics, whatever you want for Jean-Guy to get up there once he's up there to make it look impressive. We'll say it's about like 20 feet up with that toss.
He got a 20 climb.
So with even that, he can grab onto a branch and even get a higher perception if you want. He can once you've thrown him, you can be his move for the climb 20, get even higher up, and get really good perception.
So he rolled a 21 for perception.
He knows what he saw, and he can screech back or intuit to you danger. He verbalizes fear.
Say to my fellows as I draw my great axe, Cowabunga time!
on my horse and roll a perception check, I guess. A 12.
It's dark, it's hard to see, you can't really see. There's motion in the trees, but you can't tell what it is. Yeah, well, even with your dark vision, you can see to the tree line. There's motion in the trees, you can't tell what it is in the trees.
Alright, well, I guess I'll alert my friends to the fact that there's trees, but I guess you guys already know that since some of you are already in the trees.
Like everyone rolled high enough, except maybe one of you, to be alert to the danger. It's okay to verbalize it, though. That's real life shit.
I'll fight ahead with the owlbears and the carcasses if you guys want.
So you want to go ahead and roll me a ride check to get out of here?
Hold your turn until we get on, and then we'll just, jet.
Alright, I'll hang out for a little bit, but I don't want to lose our horses. We need those.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get on the horse, and I'm going to write exactly what I said. So it is not metagaming. Ah!
You hold out a chalkboard and write down a bunch of shit. Hey guys, wait till everyone gets in the cart and let's get the fuck out of here, basically.
Because I'm a lot of shit in there, and I'm gonna just point at it, and I'm gonna point my finger towards the fling my finger forward with the cart where the cart's gonna go, and then I'm motioning with my finger that way.
I'm gonna use my basic aerokinesis, and I'm just gonna use that to send our scent away from the noise. I'm gonna send it that. It's basically creating a light wind or it's away from the predators.
Trying to mask your scent, basically.
Yeah.
I get that. Whoosh, the wind starts blowing a different direction, at least in your nearby vicinity. It's like a pocket fan style breeze, very low breeze.
And I'll summon Junji just in case too.
Junji zap, like a Pikachu arrives. And your scent blows southward. Arrows start coming out of the woods at you guys, coming from the trees.
Awesome.
Got a 15 on Vic.
That is a hit.
That's gonna be 3 damage. There, Vic, as an arrow strikes you.
Fuck.
Right in the head, too. And it's might have just scraped the side of your face or something, but you definitely, somewhere on your head, just took 3 damage.
Exactly. Embrace the color.
Lilith, I got a 19 on you, Lilith.
That's a miss.
Arrow comes nearby you but misses. Rain, I got an 18.
Just a miss, barely.
Alright, arrow comes nearby you but misses. I got 20 on you, Iggy, not natural.
That's a hit.
Take 5 arrow damage as an arrow strikes you in your right arm. And I'm gonna fire at some horses.
Bastards!
Red horse, I got an 18 versus your horse's AC, red horse.
Damn you, bastard.
Sounds like you'll take 4 damage. Black horse, I got a 22 on your horse, so that'll probably take 4 damage. Say white horse, I got an 8, which is probably a miss.
That is a miss against the white horse.
And then pale horse, I got a 7, which is a miss. That's 8 of the hobgoblins. Then I got a 9 on Vic, which is, I believe, a miss.
Miss.
I got a 19 on Lilith.
Miss. You already tried to hit me once.
Yeah, I got a bunch of goblins, though, so it's just a numbers game at this point. I'm going around the horn. I got a 15 on Rain. Iggy, I got a 14. All right, and I go Red Horse. I got a natural 1, so that's a miss. That's a lost arrow, broken arrow, and
Someone falls on their own arrow
and they fall down.
dies.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
like
That's not what happened.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Oh, I'm just letting him shoot another hobgoblin. I'll go ahead and take the damage to my hobgoblins on that. I rolled really high. I took 8 damage. It was well, because it was so close range, apparently did a lot of damage. The Black Horse, I got 15.
Yes, that's a
You
hit.
take 5 damage. Pale Horse, I got 12, just barely a hit. That's also 5 damage. White Horse, I got a 5, which is a miss.
The other horses are gonna have to carry the other horse in the fucking harness.
I got a 15 on Vic.
That's a hit.
Take 2 damage.
Fuck.
I got a 7 on Lilith, which is a miss, of course. I got a 5 on Rain, which is a miss. And I got an 18 on Iggy.
That's a hit.
You take 5 damage of arrow. That one's in your right hand. And then, the screeching of the monkey goblins from the trees also shoot their short bows. Let's see how many of these are there.
Jesus Christ!
There's only one monkey goblin in the trees looking for you, and it also shoots a hobgoblin.
Just
And
run
it takes...
away and dismount and fuck these people up.
Discretion is the better part of valor here.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. I could probably live, but I'm not sure, like everybody else.
I can give my last healing potion to Pale Horse, and then we can try to rodeo out of here.
If all the other horses are awake, that won't drag you down, and you guys will just like, yeah! Everybody want to jump on the horses and get out of here? Well, 2 of you that are on the front horses, I need at least 2 of you to roll ride checks to lead the group out of here.
I got an 11.
Modified 20.
I got a 16.
Not gonna help.
Well, it sounds like Iggy and Rain do be doing the heavy lifting. Mostly Iggy, apparently, even though Rain's really good with horses. But I believe you guys both rolled high enough that you can lead the group out of here. All the horses are attached, so even though that your other allies aren't riding as well, no one failed enough to fall off the horse or anything. You guys are fleeing and being shot at. I'll roll percentage-wise to see if they get to launch another bunch of arrows at you. I rolled really high. Not do the horses, but I'll do one more round on you guys. That's okay with you. I hope so, because I was going to do it either way. Alright, so that'll be a 13 on Vic.
That is a miss.
I got a 19 on Lilith.
Yes.
I got a 15 on Rain.
No, sir.
8 on Iggy.
Yeah, come good.
Alright, that last rain of arrows misses you guys. Maybe some get stuck in your cart and stuff, so now your cart's full of arrows. You guys that got shot with arrows, you didn't yet roll heal checks to pull them out of you, so you're like riding away with arrows like stuck in your body or like gashes in your hand or slashes on the side of your face. So you're like currently in disrepair as you ride away.
Rain goes to the back of the cupboard window and he flashes 2 freaking birds at the fucking goblins as he leaves.
Middle fingers up as you guys ride away. But your horses are fast, and the hobgoblins on foot are not as fast, and they weren't chasing you with anything, so you guys, once you get out of their range of their arrows, are able to escape, even though they wanted your delicious meats. You're able to escape with your meats and ride back towards town. By the time you guys reach the gate, the east gate, it is not necessarily last night as it is this morning, and the gate is currently closed. There's some guards up on the wall, but there's no guards here at the gate entrance, and it's closed and locked at the moment you arrive. But you're a safe distance from the hobgoblins if you want to, camp rest here while you wait for them to open or find some other way to pester them. It's your call.
I would like to get out my tuba.
You can get out your tuba.
Maybe the gatekeeper and tell them that we are here with an offering for the Earthoan temple.
There's no one at the gate. Now, there's some guards up on the wall. You can try to yell at, but no one's at the gate currently. It's closed.
I would like to get their attention by blowing hard on the tuba.
Roll me a perform check or with your tuba or intimidation or diplomacy to try to yell up at the people on the wall, whichever you guys are doing.
Can I roll an intimidation check with my tuba?
No, you can only roll perform with the tuba, but Lilith can roll intimidation with her words if
What
she
if it's
wants.
a scary tuba?
I mean-
A tuba with teeth.
You have to roll perform first and then intimidation afterwards.
I rolled a 17 perform to do a really loud note on the tuba.
I got a 28 intimidate to say that we need to bring bodies to the Earthoan temple immediately, or else the priestess will be upset.
Very intimidating. There's not much they can do from up on the wall, unless they can pass your message along, they say.
They better, because there will be repercussions if not.
Anything else you guys do? Because if not, it's going to be another 2 hours when it opens the gate.
Start resting now then?
Yeah, you guys can rest for 2 hours if you want.
Oh, heal check.
Yeah, heal check, get those arrows out of you, pull them out. Yeah, anyone that had an arrow, you probably do want to roll a heal check to remove an arrow from yourself. Unless you just want to walk around with an arrow in your body for the rest of your life.
Yeah, natural 1. Is that bad?
That means you're going to hurt yourself. Roll a d6 to see how much damage you do when you pull it out. This means you're not doing a good job. You might leave some shrapnel in there. This means you do a very bad job.
I'm in
Push,
negative.
brother.
Yeah. You pass out when you yank the arrow out and then you pass out. So Iggy's unconscious, but luckily you get 2 hours of sleep, so you get at least 2 hit points back while you're unconscious there.
On my heal check to pull an arrow out of wherever the second arrow struck me.
Oh, yeah,
I
also
also rolled an 8
Yeah.
Pull up.
None of you guys are doing a great job. You're not doctors, but you guys didn't at least totally fail, so you yanked them out. You just didn't do a great... It's definitely, like, bloody, a big gash. You might have some shrapnel in there. Not as bad as Iggy, who passed out, but none of you guys are looking great. With an 8, those arrows are ruined, of course. You can never reuse those arrows. Those are... All of you guys have ruined whatever arrows those were, so they're not reused. But other than that, besides Iggy, you're all conscious, I guess.
After
Can someone get
he
the other
passes
arrow?
himself out,
Yeah.
I'm going to
I
just...
got 2.
Does anybody want to help
Wow.
Iggy? You guys are evil, so you don't have to, but, you know.
He doesn't know what to do, even. Like, how do you heal people?
Yeah, that's not your thing. Horses, maybe, but not people.
I say to Lilith, we are better at inflicting wounds than stopping them from bleeding. I think.
Leave him
I feel like Lilith did pretty well. Lilith must have good armor or something, but Lilith, you didn't take any damage at all, did you? Or very little? Yeah, but Lilith is fine. Lilith looks at you like, what are you talking about?
I'm here to help you guys. Like, if anyone wants to drink some of my blood, that will definitely heal you.
I have an idea. I write. Is it a musical instrument? I put it, Iggy. For when we have to play to get in.
You guys gonna start? Are you guys gonna rock the doors open?
Boom,
We
boom.
have to play to get in.
We're inside the walls. I have one last potion of cure light wounds that I can give you.
Once the arrow's out, I can just wait it out.
So,
I'm
yeah.
vivacious. I heal back an extra 50% whenever I rest. So
Okay.
So Ignatius might still be passed out when the gate does officially open, and the guards do arrive.
Why don't you take my very last potion that I spent plenty of money on?
save it, bro. I'll be fine.
Yeah, save it.
Sure. We can just buy more when we get inside, hopefully.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, but we gotta carry your ass inside.
Time heals all wounds.
I'm on my horse.
You got car. You can throw them in the cart with the dead animal bodies if you want to. That's fine.
Climb onto a horse.
Throw them on top of the owlbears.
Owlbears.
So the gate finally opens, but you still have to get past the guard, either by bribe or by appointment or by pass, by ticket.
Flyer. The party, bros.
Oh, they'll definitely come to a
that's
party, but
perfect.
looks like you have a cart with cargo, which means you're probably coming in with something that's worth money.
We have ticket and a band. We've already paid for all those things, and we've set up a big ass party.
All right, well, show me your ticket or perform on the stage here. Those are your options to get in.
Oh, or how much?
Can I
do we
blend
have to
in with
pay-
the dead
How much do we have to pay to get in? How about that?
You gotta pay taxes on all that meat. Looks like at least 90 gold worth of taxable material in the back of that wagon there.
Fine, I'll pay a share of it.
Alright.
That's fine.
Once you pay the 90 gold, they'll let you right in as merchants. You don't have to even perform.
I say to Lilith, this is what comes from being the producer of the show.
They don't search you for weapons. Very bad guards, as they are on the East
Every
Gate.
other time. So yeah, thank you for finally, helping out. Appreciate it.
I spent 2,000 gold on the show yesterday. I could withdraw that if you would like. Perhaps you have heaps of gold lying around. I have heaps of gold in this bank that I'm willing to bankroll. So perhaps you should speak to somebody who's helping you out a bit more respectfully.
Or you could just treat me as an equal because we both put in a bunch of money into this entire endeavor and quit being a little bitch.
Oh, my petit souffleur, I am always the biggest bitch in the whole world. And I would like to stride on arrogantly with my head held high.
I'm okay with that. There can be one.
And you guys can take your cart to the temple. That's also where you guys have pretty much decided to stay unless you procure other housing. So you can park your cart there. There's a place behind the temple that your cart can be left. The housing's not great, but there are cots you guys can sleep on. There's areas for you. Not much there besides the buffet that rotates the temple itself and the cots and the rotating group of people that come through. But you can take your meat inside the temple, have it put in their meat storage room until it's time to serve it. No problem. They got a cooler in the temple for dead bodies and meat. You take your meat to the morgue, drop it off with Tim.
What you guys want to do? You want to party down in the Urgathoan Temple, or you guys want to go out into town and see what's up?
The show is
I would
tonight.
like to rest.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys have cots here, so that can be accomplished. And the show is tonight.
Would
You
you
probably have about
just
12
like
hours to
that
get your
down?
returning it set up.
Do you like one of my healing potions, and we can just go out and try to buy some more later?
Yeah, just because the time it seems tight, and I would like to take a lesson on my tambourine. I know we get one free lesson for buying those masterwork instruments last time. I just really did put our hearts and souls into this gig. Who knows? The sky's the limit.
Magic's variable.
I got 5 hit points.
Alright, Iggy's up. So yeah, you guys are all awake. You need to either check your horses in the stable. You can try to leave them here in the temple too, just tie them up outside.
Check them back in the stable so they can actually rest.
You can do that. They'll charge you by the day, of course, and for food and all that stuff. But yeah, they'll be able to heal up there and be well protected and all that stuff. And not in the street loose where anybody can mess with them.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so after you heal up Iggy, you walk your horses to the stable. You guys are getting your bearings around this town now. You've been here a couple days, so you kind of know what you're doing. You've got a couple hours, probably about 5 or 6 hours now until you have to get back to the temple to start setting up for tonight. You've already arranged a lot of things to be ready for the show. You got bands ready. You have a friend at the church setting up a lot of stuff. You delivered the meat, which he's going to go ahead and put in those buffet trays and put them under warmers to get that meat ready for later. Piles of warm, candle-heated meat for everyone to eat later. Are you going to take music lessons? You going to get new outfits? Get your hair done? What's the plan?
That's a nice joke about hair being done. Can I go visit a healer to perhaps sew this damn wound shut on my head?
You can. There are, official healthcare facilities here in this town. It's one of the few places you can get magical healing legitimately, legally. Of course, you have to be a citizen to get it paid for in your taxes. Otherwise, they might charge you for the service. But you're a wealthy individual, so I'm sure you can get whatever service you need.
Well, wealthy so-and-so.
As long as you fill out some paperwork, pay some money. What kind of service do you need?
The wound on my head sewing shut service.
Yeah, they can heal check and they can use some magic as well on that. So they'll sew it up first of all, and they'll use some magic to even repair it back to as close as possible to your normal face. And we'll say because they're medical professionals +2.
Nice. Back up to full.
That service will cost you 90 gold though, and they'll want to hold you for 2 hours.
Your arms?
And for observation. Like, they'll have you in a room. Just make sure that you're fine, that the healing went well, all that stuff. Then 2 hours you can leave with your allies or whatever else, if they're willing to wait around.
I'd like to annoy the nurse. Say, who's going to hold me? I thought there was someone who was supposed to hold me.
If you want a diplomacy to get a nurse to hold you physically, that's fine.
Yes, I would.
You're a wealthy man. I'm sure you can arrange something.
I rolled a 15 diplomacy.
If you're willing to throw around 10 gold, I'm sure you can get a nurse to hold you.
I'll throw around 20 gold.
Oh, you can get 2 nurses to hold you.
Fantastic. Great.
You guys want to watch Vic get held for 2 hours? You're at this hospital, this healing area. You guys can dilly-dally about. There's a cafeteria if you want to get a snack while you guys are here. Real cheap. It's 1 gold for a really shitty meal if you guys want to. It's been a while since you've had any food.
What's the effect of lessons?
You want to get lessons while Vic's being held, or you want to wait till Vic's done healing?
I guess wait for my money, man.
Can I get healed?
As long as you have some money to pay for it, or have someone else that will do it for you. That's how much Vic's healing costs, so you can assume yours to have the same kind of healing will be about the same. 1 heal check, 1 cure light.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
For non-locals. Yeah, 90 gold, you can have that done. 1d8 +2, because they're professionals. And heal check will be performed to remove any arrows and stitch you up, that kind of stuff, professionally. So, reduced chance of scarring.
Perfect. That puts me up at full.
You guys can leave the hospital fully healed after 2 hours if everyone's willing to wait around. And still make it in time to each get 1 music lesson if you hurry down to the music
I'm about to
shoppy.
get trained.
Yeah, you guys can go down to Hans' house at Tuba and get your 1 free lesson real quick. You might even work you guys all into a group together since you're about to be a band and try to instruct you all in your instrument individually and then throw it together. We can do a whole 15 minutes with each of you alone and then 45 minutes all together. 1 big lesson.
Sounds good to me.
That'll happen. You guys can go down there, redeem your coupon for the free lesson, get a little bit of basic knowledge of your instruments if you've never played it before. This is how it works, at least. But it is literally just a couple hours of practice. You're not going to become an expert in 1 day or anything. But you have had a lesson by the time you guys think you should get back to the temple, get set up for your big shoe. A really big shoe. So yeah, 1 lesson in, you guys head back to the temple as the crowd starts to gather for the show. A weird amalgam of old folks, rat folks, some young locals. See a guard presence starts to arrive once rat folks start showing up, and you can see they're sort of gathered together as the show starts building up near the temple. The show area is set up outside the temple. The temple wasn't big enough for a show of musicians. Inside the temple, there's food, so if anyone wants to go inside for food, sex, use the restroom, that kind of stuff. But outside will be the live music, just outside the temple near the snake fountain. Preset for the show's pretty much done at this point.
Did the music let's add anything to our rolls, or
+1 on 1 perform roll
reasonable.
today.
Seems reasonable to me.
Otherwise, the other bands will start playing if you guys don't do anything before the show starts. I believe up first was your Rat Folk a cappella group.
Warming up with the natural 20.
Maybe you get on stage before the show and get up there and do a little warm-up vocal. You hype the crowd.
I'm getting everyone backstage really jazzed.
Getting all the bands really hyped. The Rat Folks band goes out first. Sweet Nothings is first, then Thank the Knife. Then you guys, then Holiday?
I don't know
No,
if we're good enough
I
to
don't think we're
headline.
for headlining.
Yeah, you
I
think
thought Holiday was last.
Holiday? I thought Holiday was headlining too.
Yeah.
As an homage to our friends in Holiday. Sweet Nothings come out first, Rat Folk group. Audience seems to enjoy the sound, but the local guard seems real upset. There's Rat Folks playing and Rat Folk dances and Rat Folk music. And immediately start accosting the crowd, beating with the clubs, dragging a lot of the Rat Folks in the crowd away. They start trying to drag the band off stage before they even finish their second or third a cappella song.
Oh, that's not cool with me. Can Can we intimidate them to at least, like, let them finish the song?
You can. Someone's got to do something if you want to prevent this from happening. So sure. If Rain, if you want to get out there and be like, let him finish.
I'm gonna go stare them down, and, like, while they try to get the stage. Like,
They try and scare off the guards to let this group finish their songs at least.
Yeah.
How many rat folk are in the audience?
Very small
26?
number.
I'm gonna use my martial flexibility, then 26.
As well, they're still beating up people in the crowd, but they won't fuck with the band until they're done. Once they're done, you get the feeling that the guards will still probably grab up these rat folk and take them away. They let them finish their set, though. The crowd at this time, this early on, is about 30 people, and less than 10 of them are rat folk.
I've got 50 gold. I can start paying people up. Like, I just pay the guards, like, 10 golds each. Go the fuck away.
Yeah, maybe with a diplomacy, pay off the guard with the 10 gold each. Leave the rat folk alone, get out of here. For tonight,
15.
I would say maybe about a small portion, maybe about a third of the guard are willing to take your 10 gold and leave. The other ones seem to hate rat folk so much that it's not a large enough bribe. They'd rather fuck with these rat folk.
During the set, Vic would like to go up to some of the guards say, "Hey, I heard there was a concert that's all rat folk going on the same time on the other side of the city."
Bluff check.
27.
Oh, that's a really good lie. And they're racist enough to really want to believe it and go shut it down. Yeah, you can send them off on a wild goose chase if you want. Get rid of them for a couple hours, probably.
Yeah, I'd like to throw them off to an address like literally on the exact
Yeah,
other side.
way
of
up
the city.
north in the northern part of the city. Now, of course, they're going to do this, but if you ever try this again, if it's the same guards, they might recognize you and trust you less in the future. But for right now, you've gotten rid of a bunch of guards with your lies. The show goes on.
I'd like to give Iggy a fist bump because we managed to fight for racial justice here today.
Only a small number of rat folk got dragged off before you guys made this happen. The band gets to finish their set. They don't get dragged off stage anymore, which is a relief to them. Then Thank the Knife comes on. Full horns and stuff they put on their set.
We covered up the owlbears at this point.
The owlbears are being served in the buffet in the temple. Like, that's been taken care of by the temple here. They're cutting them up and putting them in trays and putting them under candle
that's
heat.
fair.
Yeah. And the crowd about triples in size, so it's a much larger crowd by the time Thank the Knife is done playing. More locals than anything else, although there's some old tourists that are here and, like, confused but enjoying it because there's free food and there's some alcohol here that's free with, like, there's a suggested donation for the church, of course. Please tithe or whatever, but otherwise, if you just come in and want to eat and drink, you can. Some people are already engaging in light sexual activity, glory holes and such. Things are happening, the party's going on, the music's playing. After Thank the Knife comes the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Woo! Blah, blah, blah.
So you guys all get up on stage with your various instruments and such. The crowd's excited to see this first-time band that put on this show is somehow affiliated with this temple. The bands that you guys all brought here are watching, of course, because you brought them here and they want to, be respectful. You put on this show, which is nice because not every band does that. But these bands are all doing it. They're all in the crowd, and the crowd's there, slowly building in size. You guys need to all roll perform checks now to see how well you guys play this show.
All right.
It's not a great first one, but I'm going to do a hero point. Roll it again. That's a 32. Bam!
The Rain's
Killing it.
bashing skulls really well. What did everybody else get?
Do a crazy
24.
drum solo.
24 is good.
2 band vocals.
Frontman. Over 20, so that's going well. Lilith, what are you rocking on?
I'm playing the skin flute. I mean, the flute.
You haven't put skin on it yet. Right now it's just a normal flute. You still gotta add the skin. How's blowing going?
That's going to be a 18.
Decent blowing, not amazing, but above average. You're blowing it.
21.
You're-
21.
You're blowing it, but you're not blowing it. You know what I mean?
It's a 21.
That's what I said. You're blowing it, but you're not blowing it. I shouldn't have to explain it. You get it. You're doing well, is what I'm saying. You're not blowing it, but you are blowing... Never mind. It's stupid. We did Rain, Lilith, and Vic, so is that just Iggy left?
Yeah, the tambourine. The I Heart, what's his name?
Jim Darling. You got the novelty Jim Darling tambourine. You're the tambourine player of the band. Everyone kind of acknowledges that. Luckily, you look good doing it because you're a gnome. You look like you're having a good time. You guys play. The crowd's not upset. You guys all played well enough that no one's going to boo you guys. Everyone did a high enough number that you guys don't suck somehow. At least for this low-key church show, the church crowd is impressed.
Feed the pain.
Feed the pain. You say that to the crowd at the end of the night. Feed the pain, everybody. Of course, it's an Earthoan show, so all the religious freaks in the audience feed the pain with you. They assemble. Feed the pain. They all yell back in unison.
Rain is very excited. His shadow visibly shudders and writhes.
And now, the big act of the night. Holiday. Our good friends in Holiday play their show. Goes incredibly well. Everyone enjoys themselves. Eats, drinks, bees merry. It becomes the part of the night when the temple party starts kicking off. They start doing religious stuff. Tim comes up on stage, says some Ergothoan things, tells everyone about the buffet, the sex party, the general tenets of the religion. If you want to stick around and have a good time with the Ergothoans, everybody's welcome. About 90% of the crowd hangs out. So a small percentage leave, of course, and goes about what they want to do. But a bunch of people that were there for the show that you guys put together stick around, party throughout the night. stay and eat some food, stay and drink, stay and have pleasures of various kinds.
Well, while we're at it,
You guys are also there, so you guys can enjoy the after party as you will.
Is there room for some bloodletting?
I mean, the floor, yeah, if you want to bleed somewhere, that's always encouraged in the Temple of Urgathoa.
Like,
They have like a
other
trough
people.
for blood if you want to bleed into the blood trough.
No, I mean like make other people.
Oh, well, this Temple of Urgathoa, people want to be cut. There's people that are into that. If you stay for the night, I'm sure you can find some freaks that'll let you cut them if you're into that, and they're into it. Maybe with like a diplomacy to just approach them and be like, can I cut you?
Walking around with the fucking chalkboard, like flashing in people's
Can I cut
faces.
you? Yeah, writing, can I cut you?
yeah, we'll have to sacrifice people in my temple. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, let's just cut people.
How's that diplo? 15?
Yeah.
Like half the people you try it on reject you, but the other half let you do it. And say at the end of the night, that's maybe like 2 people let you cut them. You're cool with cutting 2 people enough to get. You can cut them as many times as you want, even because they're really into it. So yeah, you guys will be able to bleed all over if you want, or bleed around you, bleed in your general vicinity.
Greatly pleasures it.
Yeah, you guys see Rain walking around cutting at least 2 people and enjoying it too much. It's like letting the blood drip on him in ecstasy.
A bowl and keep that blood for myself. Can't be dripped upon someone else. This is holy blood. This is my house, dog. You're in my house.
Go for it, buddy. Get your blood.
I want my blood.
Get yourself some blood.
I'm just naked.
But I'm a half vampire.
Yeah,
So this is great.
letting that dick out.
Out
So-
of its cage.
So Iggy's over there fucking people, Rain's cutting people, Lil's catching blood. Vic, what are you up to during this party? You're the most proper and posh one here, probably, but you can know how to enjoy a good orgy. You're rich.
Before we get down with the condom-clad fucking, I would like to find some drugs, please. Someone's gonna be having a good time.
Diplomacy, knowledge local, those things would probably help you find some drugs. No problem. And I believe you guys had the temple procure some earlier, so it shouldn't be difficult.
Oh, that zombie juice?
Yeah, the zombie.
Zombie juice.
Diplomacy 23.
So you have, of course, the Zombrew here, and with that kind of a high roll and the connections that you know here at the temple, you can find people that have access to other drugs if you wish as well.
Is there anything that I might be able to put into my nose to make me energetic?
Cocaine.
For 30 gold, you can have a night's supply of something that would keep you awake and energetic through the evening, for sure.
I will drop 60 gold to have a really big stash.
For 80 gold, you can have 2 nights worth.
How about we call it 120 gold for 3 days?
They seem willing to go along with that because you're such a cool guy and no one doesn't remember you as a customer. So as long as that's a establishing a relationship kind of a thing, they're going to go along with it.
Sweet.
You seem to be a guy with a lot of money, so because this is fantasy land, we're going to call it Focane. Starts with an F. That's how you know it's fantasy.
Yeah, whatever. Like, what's it called?
Focane.
Fine law.
Yeah, Lilith's easy to find. This is a very small temple. It's not very big, so you guys can see each other pretty much the whole night. You can look across the room. It's a crowded party here. Probably no more than 40 people were able to fit in the temple at any one time, so it's crowded. 40 of you, even with you guys and 40 other people here, it's packed. But you can find each other in the crowd. You stand out. Maybe Iggy be the hardest one to find because he's short. You'll hear Iggy because he's fucking. You'll hear Iggy yelling, like, yee.
Gnome having sex.
You'll hear that gnome voice in ecstasy. You have no problem finding each other if you need to. If you'll do a lap around the room, you can find, move from sex pile to sex pile, you'll find each other.
There's a lichen cackling, cutting people.
And there's some low candlelight over by the buffet, but otherwise it's pretty dark in here by the time the night winds down. So if you have dark vision, you can see pretty much anything. Otherwise, you need to be near the buffet to see very well. But yeah, you guys can spend the night here like you are welcome to do, either on the floor in a sex pile, or you can retire to one of the priest cots in the back. It is a more private area, and you guys can relax there and get away from the group.
Banging rails of cocaine and not sleep.
That's fine. You can keep that. Stay at the party. And of course, Tim has a message to pass along from Cersei the next morning if Tim would want to, which I'm fine with. So Tim can alert you guys that the powers of Cersei, as long as you guys are able to find an Urgathoan temple, seem to be available to you. And while that does not seem to be things like healing and such, because it's Urgathoan temple, so the next morning that'll be offered to you guys. Temple now is cleared out. It's people that are kind of just like hung over at this point. They're like sleeping on the ground and stuff.
Can we rob them?
Sleight of hand and not wake them up or something. That's fine. I'll roll a perception check to try and catch you. If you're willing to risk it, you can try it.
Yeah, let's kill them.
Let's kill them.
You guys want to start like slitting throats? Probably get 4 kills before waking anybody up. The noise from that will probably wake other people up, and then they'll be freaked out and probably leave. But you guys can take 4 bodies real quick if you guys go for it right now.
Wait. Can we block the door?
You can even lock the door with the help from Tim.
Yeah, let's do it.
And Tim's not gonna start from killing people. He's all for it. We'll do a Quentin Tarantino style like bloodbath where you got the people wake up, and you just like start slicing throats, trapping people. These are poor civilians. They're not like adventurers like you guys.
I would slice everyone's in the name of Urgathoa.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Let's say you guys kill at least 13 people that stay the night. Elderly people. It's like you kill a lot of grannies and stuff. Grandpas.
Rain starts eating the flesh of the dead people.
Among them, there's about 90 gold. If you guys want to take that, they don't seem to be adventurers. They were just tourists, so they just have like clothes of very. If you want to steal some outfits, you can. Fanny packs, Jim Darling shirts, old people clothes, moo-moos. Maybe a couple young people are there. So if you want to steal some like young hipster clothes, that's fine too. Maybe 3 or 4 outfits each out of the deal that aren't all covered in blood. I would allow 3 or 4 outfits that are still fine if you want to imagine up some outfits. No weapons or anything.
Rain, you're broke, right?
I have 51.
Take the fucking gold.
All right, I'll take the gold.
Take the
Thank you.
charity. So now you have 140 gold. They just want you to carry the gold around. Don't worry, they'll get it back when they need it.
Right?
Carry some of the gold, Rain. Otherwise, you guys have a bunch of dead bodies on the floor of this temple that are going to, stink up the place as they do.
It'd be great if we could raise them all as our followers.
Tim can raise them all, and they will all be zombies. But unless one of you is a necromancer that can control undead, once they leave Tim's vicinity, they'll just be wild zombies that may attack you. Is the problem?
Well, let's leave them dead, I guess. We raise them
Temple?
to protect the temple.
Yeah, I mean, Tim can raise them and have them stay here and follow Tim's orders. As long as, like I said, as long as they don't leave Tim's vicinity, they can be raised from the dead. Yeah, Tim can use them, fine. There'll be 13 zombies in Tim's control. Tim can deal with them until they all rot. But yeah, they can help them clean up the temple, prepare the buffet, and they just become like zombie temple employees, basically. They do exactly as they're told. They don't require any pay or food or rest.
Tune in next time for more Constant Chronicle Badig. This episode of Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater was sponsored by our fans and friends on Patreon. Donate today. Keep Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater alive.